What is up, YouTube? I know it's been a while since I've uploaded Total Pokemon Journey, but check it out. You know, I've said before that, the show's getting old. It's just, I was the third Total Pokemon Island on YouTube, but I was the first to do animation. And I thought it was cool when other people wanted to do exactly what I was doing, like with animation. But when they wanted to do the exact same thing, Total Pokemon Island after Total Pokemon Island, I mean, there's so many out there, it's just not fun anymore. And I know I'd promised I'd finish the series, but the drive to do it is just gone. Like, I have no desire to do this show anymore. So, I've decided to do a quick little slideshow run-through of what would have happened in episodes 12 through 22. So, without further ado, here's Total Pokemon Journey, the finisher. So, episode 12. This is basically branched off episode 11. If y'all remember, Floatzel found a letter at the end of episode 11, and the secret in the envelope was that the Japanese names of all the Japanese Pokemon were translated to English. So to cause frustration amongst the teams, Floatzel distributed all the names throughout the teams, making everyone think, if they lied to us about their names, what makes you think they're lying about, or telling the truth about, being a reliable teammate? Whereas the Japanese Pokemon, being from Japan, are not referred to by their English names that we call them, making everything much more confusing. And to mix up the relationship, it really messed with Duat and Teddiursa's relationship, seeing as she thought she couldn't trust him anymore. So the challenge this week was a race across the Pacific Ocean. Each team chose 3 Pokemon to ride on water Pokemon across the Pacific Ocean. Now the problem was Teddiursa was rather upset with Duat, so she wanted to vent all that anger, but Whismur was the one with the fastest Pokemon. But in the end, Teddiursa pushed the drive and won, making Whismur look like an idiot. Following the challenge, Duat tried to win Teddiursa's heart back by expressing his hidden talent of poetry. The problem was, towards the end, Duat had a slip of tongue and compared Teddiursa to the beauty of a Jynx, making Teddiursa, well, even more angry. But at the end of the day, Whismur went home for her failure at the Pacific Ocean race. In episode 13, we take a trip to China and go on the Great Wall of China battle tournament. What happened was, there was a race across the Great Wall of China in a bout of roulette. 5 Pokemon from each team, chosen at random, had to answer a riddle. If they guessed it wrong, they had to battle. If they got it right, they moved on. As the battles went on, each team alternated in getting the question right, until the end, where Sandile and Floatzel both got the riddle wrong, making them have to battle the fierce Hydreigon. The problem was, Floatzel, being the slippery weasel he was able to avoid Hydreigon's attacks, but Sandile was knocked out easily. But with the power to persevere, Sandile evolved into Krokorok, making him much stronger and ready to jump back into the race. Until the end, where Floatzel used his tricky water moves to knock Krokorok out, making him the loser and being sent home. Episode 14, and yes, that is a 4, not a 9. Weird font, I know. But we go to Africa. The challenge was for 2 safari members from each team to go on a hunt for the one and only Zorua located in Africa. The teams created were Jigglypuff and Bulbasaur from Team Zekrom, and Axew and Minccino from Team Reshiram. So, as the challenge progressed, little luck was coming across anyone. Until midday, where Bulbasaur and Jigglypuff both came across Zorua, who was very willing to come with them. As Bulbasaur and Jigglypuff turned in Zorua for the win, Axew and Minccino walked up with their Zorua. But then confusion struck when everyone was wondering, how is there more than one Zorua if there's only one in Africa? Where it turned out, Team Zekrom's found Zorua was actually Ditto in disguise, playing another one of his tricks. But Minccino took the bad end of the bargain and was sent home that evening. Episode 15 was a rather short episode, not very planned out. But it ended that we were going to Area 51, where the mission was to find the one mysterious Pokemon, Elgyem. Now, it ended that Team Reshiram found Elgyem, and Team Zekrom had to eliminate a player. But the confusing part came when everyone on the team had similar voting amounts, except for Duat, who received 1 vote from Teddiursa. Now, instead of taking the simple way and having a tiebreaker, Scizor, being the crude person he is, dropped all 3 voted characters out of the plane, leaving Team Zekrom with only 4 members left. Now, Episode 16 takes place in somewhat dormant volcano which was reactivated, Mount Krakatoa. The mission was to climb to the top and get to the safe house before the other team. Luckily, with double the water attacks, Team Zekrom was able to make it before Team Reshiram. But Totodile was eliminated that evening for not assisting Floatzel with the water moves to prevent the magma from contact. And with the elimination of Totodile, the teams were disbanded. Team Zekrom and Reshiram were no more. Episode 17 really gave the contestants a chance to test how long they could hold their breath in Marina's Trench, the deepest place on Earth. Now, everyone knows Ditto's got a plan for something, so he starts a secondary alliance with Darmanitan and promises to be his snorkel as long as Darmanitan has strength in the alliance. But Cherubi lost her breath first and was eliminated. But she wasn't the only one to go home, but Phanpy was taken to the hospital, being as a ground type underwater. Episode 18. Time to test our climbing skills on Mount Everest. The contestants had to climb to the top of Mount Everest, and the last one there was eliminated. Actually was cut off a little early by an Abomasnow and Beartic, but was able to fight back and evolve into Fracture. But even though that didn't help much, he was eliminated, but went home happy that he evolved and was stronger. Episode 19. We take a trip to Mexico for the Matador Tournament. It was rather easy for most of our contestants, seeing as they had hands, but Blitzel took the elimination rather hard and went home, crying shame. But he wasn't the only one to go, when Panpour admitted she had a secret crush on Blitzel and dove out of the plane after him. Episode 20. Ditto, being the conniving kid he is, tells Scizor that Darmanitan had a secret alliance and was cheating during the Marina Trench challenge, but without having a chance to defend himself, Darmanitan was thrown out of the plane. With 4 contestants left, we go to Easter Island for an egg hunt. The contestants had to search for an egg that matched the color of one of their fellow contestants, and take that egg to Scizor. First egg found was the eliminated character. Duat, being the first to find an egg, was confused, seeing as Floatzel and Teddiursa had corresponding colors, and was either to eliminate his worst enemy or his love of his life. But by taking the time to think about it, gave Floatzel the perfect opportunity to find Duat's egg and eliminate him. But Duat, before he left, tried to win Teddiursa's trust. He tried to convince Teddiursa that Ditto was betraying their alliance with Darmanitan, and all his dirty tricks would cause them to lose in the end. But Teddiursa still didn't trust him, so Duat was dropped from the plane with no other words. As we reach the semi-finals with episode 21, our contestants are launched into outer space. Now, they had to race across the galaxy, but Teddiursa, getting lost, befriended a Solrock and a Lunatone, who had taken her to the TPJ satellite, where she saw constant clips of Ditto's betrayal amongst his teammates. So, she decided to take Ditto down by herself. She got her new friends Lunatone and Solrock to stop Floatzel from winning, and prevented him from finishing the race, sending him home and down to the final 2, Ditto versus Teddiursa. Episode 22 is our final, where the battle takes place in Poketopia, where we have a 6-on-6 Pokemon battle between Ditto and Teddiursa. The battles were almost evenly matched, but Ditto had a 3-2 lead. Teddiursa needed one more win to tie it up, but they decided to have a wager. The last win would count for 2 points, making a definite winner. Ditto's last Pokemon was Serperior, and with high hopes of winning, he had to face Teddiursa's Samurott. But love always wins in the end, making Samurott take down Serperior, and Teddiursa won Total Pokemon Journey. And Duat and Teddiursa also got back together, living happily ever after. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I had to get the series done, and I couldn't draw it out any longer. I'm sorry I'm not the best narrator, But look forward to some more Fakemon and some new shows. And yeah, see you guys later. Bye.